Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby and Rudy. Say hello, boys.
Hello. How
Hola.
is everyone? And
And notice I
we,
said boys. I was just going to say, I noticed that we said boys, that we took the Z out of boys, B-O-Y-Z, because
Yeah,
the
how
joke
many
just
people?
wasn't it.
How many people do you think actually noticed that it's now boys with an S instead of a Z?
the Z, like it was a joke. We knew it was a joke. It was
Right.
douchey on purpose.
I
But
guess it wasn't
now,
funny.
yeah, now it's just like, now we look lame. So,
Yeah, take
boys,
it away, Bob.
We are brought to you, as always, by the Farmhouse at 3rd and Delaware in the historic River Market. Farm to table fresh, serving brunch. Go
I'll
see
get there.
Yeah, no, that's
There
fine.
we go.
You'll see our cousin, Vince Paredes, Chef Vince, somebody we've known a long time, I guess, ever since he was born. Let's see, what else can we say about the farmhouse? Other than the food is freaking phenomenal. It's some good
Yes.
food. And then we hope to have Chef Vince on sometime soon so that we can talk about this whole Chicano-inspired barbecue, which I'm still curious to learn about. But we were going to have him on Tuesday night, but when we went to record, some pendejo fell asleep and caused us to miss the whole damn show. Who do you think might have overslept and caused
Yeah.
us to bump our cousin, our primo, Chef Vince?
Steph
Why do
Curry.
you think? Yeah.
Keep in mind
I
that
like
we...
your tagline, Rudy. I like your tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, keep in mind that we record this at like what, 9:30, 9:45-ish usually. So for me
And
to
you know
fall
what?
asleep is pretty embarrassing.
I think it's time for Avery to put herself to sleep. She don't need you laying next to her anymore. Let's go. Get her a nightlight,
So
put
yeah,
some pictures on the ceiling, whatever you got to do. She can go to bed on her own so we can get this thing. For
yeah,
the show, she needs to go to bed on her own.
yeah, I get that. It's more for me than for her, I think, really is
Yeah.
like, because I know at
Because
some point,
yeah, she won't need you anymore.
yeah, at some point she's gonna be like, "Dad, get the hell out of here." And
Yep.
like she would come into our room every single night, so to where we would just lay out a sleeping bag next to our bed on the floor before we went to sleep. And so at some point during the night, she would come in and get in the sleeping bag. And I now she's not doing that. It's like, okay, she's but she still
Good for
wants me
her.
to lay in there with her. What's
I
that?
remember he said good for her.
I said good for her.
No, I remember when I used to put Miranda to sleep when Miranda was Avery's age.
Don't put her to sleep.
Yeah, I put her to sleep, just
You
injected
put her to
her.
bed. You put her to sleep.
Chloroform.
We would read our books, the alphabets or whatever our books, but they were so long that I would just skip pages because she wasn't smart enough to. And then I remember when she finally realized, hey, what happened? Like she caught on eventually, but also we would read her book. And I didn't have a nightlight for her. This was in my I was 19 years old or whatever, 20 years old. And so her nightlight was a strobe light. I used to DJ when I was in high school. And so she had a strobe light as her nightlight, which she still brings up and remembers. So
Nice.
yeah, I put her on a really
Yeah.
slow strobe. But
I broke it to Quentin. I remember breaking it to Quentin when he was a little bit older. That dude, when we were reading, some of those Dr. Seuss books can get pretty long, and I would grab chunks of pages at a time and flip it. He was like,
Sure.
"What? Ooh, what?" He never noticed. And,
you know,
but I was just reading one, Bob, those ones that we had from when we were little, those books. I brought out one that said like ABC on the front. It was a Dr. Seuss deal, and it was like big A, little A, what begins with A, blah blah blah, whatever. And I was like, while she's reading, while we're practicing reading, I'm like, what's gonna happen when we get to K? Like, big K, little K, K K K. I'm like, I wonder if that's. No, it was like big K, little K, and then it's like kangaroo, something or other. It's just words that I was like, oh, okay, I got you, Dr. Seuss. You were thinking
Dr. Seuss is kind of. But before we get too far away from the fact that you fell asleep last night, I will add. So me and Bob are sitting here. We're like, where the hell? And I'm texting with Vince, And he's like, yeah, just let me know, man. Just let me know. And so Bob's like, should I call him? And I'm like, yeah, I'm literally sitting in this spot just waiting. And we finally wake you up. We get your butt up. Now Vince is asleep. Vince, I'm calling
So
you
he
out.
did fall asleep?
He fell asleep. He texted me this morning. He's like, sorry, cuz I fell asleep. I'm like, I don't blame you, honestly. It was an hour late, but he fell asleep as well. So, Vince, I hope you got your rest. I hope we didn't keep you up too late for no reason at all. But we'll connect at some point and get you.
We have no
Yeah,
reason
man.
to fall asleep. Vince actually does manual physical work, so I can understand why he might fall asleep.
Yeah, I literally sit here all day. So yeah, that's
You disgust me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what else is new, fellas?
Well, I haven't seen you guys since since Monday night, right? Since we decided to check out and make sure our microphones and all the audio sounded good, and so we actually conducted. I'm gonna talk over your dogs.
I'm gonna throw something at him.
Don't throw something at him. We don't need the
It's soft. It's soft. Anyway.
We actually got together on Monday night. So this is now the third night in a row I've seen you guys.
Yeah,
It's
Monday,
Wednesday night.
Now it's Wednesday.
Monday night we got together for practice.
Yeah.
We're such dorks, we're such nerds that we got together to practice our podcast.
That sounds terrible.
Practice?
We really aren't that lame. We can't figure out why. Basically, it's just my mic that sounds like crap.
Yeah, you sound terrible.
So we were on here messing with settings. We were also working on videos, and we want to add more videos and pictures. We think that makes it more fun. But do we have any for today? Like, did you have any?
If nobody noticed, our intro to our podcast, it was a little different. Surely you guys noticed.
It could still be louder. It can still be louder.
I hear it very faint.
But also, we still need pictures and videos. That's just sound. But
yeah, we're working on some of the what would the word be? Some
graphics.
Well, graphics, but just
our graphics department needs
eye candy. I mean, look, we're eye candy enough, but I mean, don't you need some additional eye candy?
We'll get our dabbling a little. We were dabbling a little bit with the drops, and so should I play some of the ones we came up with here?
How many do you have?
I mean, I just like 3 of them.
Jamie, stop! First of all, stop shaking your leg because your entire leg is shaking with your restless leg syndrome. God,
this guy, from as long as we've known, I mean, dating back to when he was a teenager, maybe even further back than that, this guy has this restless leg syndrome where he just cannot stop shaking his leg. And I'm glad Rudy picked up on that because I noticed now that his camera was just really.
It brings me back to church at Holy Cross, sitting next to him in church and just shaking the entire pew and seeing the whole family just because he's shaking his leg. Stop already, Jesus! But anyways,
okay, back to our drops. We're big Seinfeld fans, or at least you guys are. So we had.
There's anything wrong with that?
Huh? Did you get that?
So whenever we say something, whenever we say something insulting and or disparaging,
because usually we say quite a few off-color things.
We just get pretty good lately.
Us off color. Yeah.
Then we would just drop.
I don't see color.
It's not playing.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The face you made looked like you were farting, but
we need to hire an executive
fart drop.
We need to hire an executive producer. We need somebody just to take control of the soundboard, and
we need an intern.
We need an intern.
Yeah. So if there's any college students out there that want to intern,
if you need class credit and you're in studio production,
drop me an email. drop your name in the comments. We could really use an intern. So
Because if you guys are like, look, this would be a good show if these guys weren't all, just
they knew what the hell they were doing.
exactly.
Yeah. So
we also big Anchorman fan, right? So we got
You sound like a gay.
Then you got to follow that up with the Seinfeld one of the.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
right.
jeez. Wow. Okay.
See,
So-
this is the type of shit we do. We entertain ourselves.
This is what we did while we were trying to test our audio the other day.
The,
We were
the
like,
other thing, and we tell me you didn't delete the entire practice episode that we did on Monday night. Did you delete the
I
entire
have not
thing?
deleted it,
Perfect.
but we should.
So somewhere along the way, most of that is
Yeah, you probably should delete that, please.
should never see the light of day. But some of that, though, like the parts where we're trying to test our audio such that we are all three talking at the same time, I think that would probably be pretty funny. I mean, we are literally talking into our mics at the same time to see
Like, okay, go.
If Rudy's sound goes down when I start talking, and then we're like, okay, let's all three talk at the same time. Surely you've got some of that video somewhere. So that should
I
make
got
it here.
Yes.
So were those all your
anyway.
drops? Were those all your drops?
No, I got one more, but it has to be the right time.
Come again?
Oh, I got you.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
In English, please.
In English, please.
Tell
yeah,
me
I
like
think
that though, all the time.
Hold on.
I
See
think
if you can hear mine. See if you can hear mine.
Who's the big winner here tonight at the casino? Huh? Mikey, that's who. Mikey's the big winner. Mikey wins.
Can you not
It
hear
sounds like you're smothering Vince Vaughn with a pillow.
It actually sounds louder than your the grito and the other things that you were playing, Jamie.
So mine is louder than his.
Yes.
Go back
Wow.
to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I'm like, well, we need to have the actual drops of some of these lines that we're dropping that nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Only
But anyway,
people of a certain age are going to know these references. I mean, if you've never seen Seinfeld, you're not going to know. Not
But
that
who hasn't seen Seinfeld?
I just recently did, to be honest with you. I mean, I would catch bits and pieces every now and then, but I've only recently, probably in the last a year or two ago, sat down and just binge watched them all the way through, and it took a long time. So yeah, so I mean, I've seen most of them one time. Yeah,
So,
it's all right. It's a good show.
I won't get into it. So the finale was universally panned, if you will. Apparently, it was terrible. I enjoy it, but there's a line in there where George's dad, because didn't George Steinbrenner show up to the trial?
I don't remember. Did he?
Yeah, and I think George's dad was mad at him. And he yelled something about like how you gave all that money to Hideki Arabu, like hilarious. That's one of the greatest lines ever when he talks about Hideki Arabu. But anyway,
Okay, all right, we'll go with that. Sure.
Don't remember Hideki Arabu. Was he a Japanese
he was like this
baseball
huge like Japanese pitcher guy or something, and he was supposed to be awesome. And they
I
gave him
remember.
something, and he was
I
terrible.
remember Hideo Nomo. I remember Hideki Matsui.
Hideki
Not
Arabu
that there's anything
was
wrong with that.
you don't remember him because he was terrible, but he was
Okay.
supposed to be awesome, and he was one of the first ones that came over. But anyway,
Well, good.
yeah,
Good. So
So the one that I wanted to do, and I just used it tonight, was from "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker," and it's how much for just one rib, and
Yeah,
that was said. That was said in relation to someone who shall remain nameless, but somebody who bought one tire. Can you imagine just buying one tire for your car?
which
I don't
which
need
one
all
of us
four.
do you think
I
it would
don't
be?
want to pay for all four. Just give me
Oh.
one tire.
all right.
Just pull it
Well,
in.
pull it in my hand for a dime. No, so the one tire thing, like, okay, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. A little Taylor Swift. Hashtag Taylor Swift.
Wait, I didn't get that. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, it's Taylor
A
Swift.
line
song.
from her song.
Gotcha.
Come on, bro. Come on, get with it.
Oh, I need to tell you a story about Taylor Swift. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, no. So my son, he's got a car. It's a beater. He was looking for a new car. He was new car shopping, but new car goofing. But he decided to go to Cancun last week, so that's out the window. He's gonna have to stick with his car. We're gonna roll with it. It just had a bunch of issues, and we put like $700 into it. So I'm like, you're sticking with this car for a little bit. But he did have one tire that was bald, so I always thought, you can't buy just one tire. You got to buy two, right? And so he's got two new tires on the back from Discount Tire. That's where we go. Shout out to Discount Tire. They're great. But I didn't want to spend another, and we got the cheapest tire. Because again, it's a beat up car. So, but I didn't want to spend. Who's that bobblehead? What are you doing?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
You know that bobblehead. It looks more like Andy Yoakum than you, but
Yeah,
I mean, look
this is
at it.
my bobblehead that I got for Father's Day. It says Super Day. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. He's just
Doing
listening.
toys with the toys. Okay, so he needed tires. He needed,
Wait,
and I was
quick. For those on Spotify, I have a bobblehead of myself in front of me. Go ahead.
proceed on Spotify.
Proceed.
Well, anyways, so he needed a tire. I didn't want to drop another $250 on a car that we probably won't have. I just need this car to get him through the summer. We'll probably continue to look for a car, maybe in the fall, maybe in the winter, whatever. So I don't want to spend $250 on a tire. I want a $68 tire. I want somebody to throw it on, and let's keep rolling. So we went around, or basically he's in school. I'm off all week. So I went around to used tire places. And months ago, he's needed a tire for a while. So back in the day, I said, hey, let me know what size your tire is. And of course, he's like, I don't know. How do I find that out? I'm like, it says it on the tire. Take a picture of your tire so I can know what size it is. And he's like, well, there's a bunch of numbers on the tires. How do I know? So I took a picture of my tire to show him, this is the numbers. These are the numbers I need. They're in this form. Send that to me. So then he returned 2 pictures, kind of too far away, but he sent me 2 pictures of his tires, whatever. He's like, here you go. So I've had those in my phone for a while. So fast forward to today, I'm going shopping for a used tire for my son, probably 2, like I said, to match him. And I kept going to all these different tire shops, and I went to our conversation. I pulled up the picture of the tire, and I went to all these tire shops. I'm like, look, do you have this size tire? It was like 245, 40, 19. And they're all like, no, I don't have, I used to have some. I even went into this one, it had nothing but Spanish on the outside of the building, but I could tell they sold tires. They had stacks of tires outside their building, but everything was in Spanish. I didn't know the name of the place.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So I'm like, let me go in and see. And so the guy was sitting there. He was watching the craziest Mexican bumblebee show on his TV.
Telenovela.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
That's basically what I told him. Because I said, I just held the picture of the tire and said, do you have this tire? That guy got up, went behind. He's like, let me. I checked. Yeah, he knew I didn't speak Spanish. He's like, I check. So he goes behind this curtain, and then I see him come out of the curtain. He had to pause his little video of whatever.
Of course, because you're interrupting the telenovela.
Right.
Sábado Gigante.
It was not Sábado Gigante. It was like
Don Francisco.
You know that, I don't know, some Mexican heavy
Chespirito.
set with the pink shirt on. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But anyways, this guy goes to different rooms and he's looking. Next thing I know, I'm literally standing there like for 5-10 minutes. He didn't come back. Like the place wasn't that big, but I'm like, did he just leave? Like, did he leave? So I'm standing there in this like shithole and I'm like, I guess he's gone. So I left that place. So again, I go to a couple different places. Lonnie's was a suggested place, this place called Lonnie's in Independence. Shout out to Lonnie's. So I went there. I called them and said, hey, do you have this size tire? And they're like, yeah, we got it. Come on. So I had Manny meet me at Lonnie's when he got out of school. We get there and the guy comes out with the tire. He's ready to put it on. He looks at Manny's car. He's like, that's not the right size. He's like, that's not the right size at all. He's like, this tire fits on your car because my car was parked there. He's like, this will fit on your car. Yours is a 19. His is 17. And I'm like, what? Come to find out, when I sent Manny a picture of my tire to show him this is the numbers that you need to give me, that's the picture I pulled up when I went to about 8 different tire shops.
Oy.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So, and I have this huge fear of looking like a moron when it comes to car things. I mean, I work at Ford. I'm supposed to know this stuff, especially
Mission accomplished, by the way. Mission accomplished.
oh, absolutely. Especially to like other men. Like I know this like grease monkey's going to come out. He's going to know. Like
Not
I
that
was
there's anything wrong with that.
I had to text Clark Bussey. Literally, I had to text Clark Bussey because when I called Lonnie's and they said, "What's the size of your tire?" And I'm like, 245 over 40. And the lady's just like, whatever. Okay, what size is the wheel? And I had no clue which number was the wheel size. So I'm like, let me call you back. Had to text Clark Bussey. I'm like, hey, here's my tire. What size is the wheel? And he's like,
You sound like a gay.
dude, these drops are actually kind of perfect.
And actually, they're louder too. Yeah, so I like it. It's
Yeah, I didn't have the volume up all the way the first time.
and
That was the issue. That was the issue. That's the quit acting stupid. You didn't have the volume up.
Didn't even
But
realize
yeah,
the
Clark-
volume's down.
Clark responded. He's like, 19. Your wheel size is 19. I'm like, okay. Forget the fact that it was the wrong tire. Like, luckily they had Manny size tire, and he brought it out, and he's like, no, you don't need to buy 2. We'll just put 1 on. It was like it was a garage in Independence that just wheeled out 1 tire. I said, yeah, we're not planning on having this car for more than a year anyways. Slap it on there. He did say we needed alignment though to make sure it doesn't wear, because it was weird how one wheel was wearing and the other one wasn't. And he's like, yeah, your alignment's all messed up, which I think the car's probably, I don't know, it's jacked anyways.
The next owner can die as long as you get through until you sell it. That's
We just gotta and honestly it'll be sold for parts, which I don't even know what parts are good on there. Probably the 2 tires that I bought new, and it's a piece of junk. But
I mean, but the thing is you weren't even the first person in our family to put used tires on a vehicle.
I don't think that's that weird.
It
I used
is
to do it all the
weird.
time.
You don't put used tires on a vehicle.
When I
Why
did
do they
it,
sell used tires?
they were like $35 a piece for a used tire, and like $10 to rotate it. Yeah, they were cheap.
Mine was 74 all told. I had to pay $74 for 1 used tire.
Yeah.
No, 1 rib. Yeah, so that's anyways.
Just give me 1 rib.
How much for an order of ribs? No, 1 rib.
Wow. So that was your day today?
What's that?
That was your day today?
Yeah, that happened today. And then I raced out to get Macy for tumbling, and that all happened today. And so he's got a new used tire on the one side. And the guy said that's the other thing too. I didn't want to buy 2 because the one on the driver's side looked fine. I mean, it still had some tread on it. So why get rid of that one? And the guy's like, nah, I'll just bring out 1. We'll get it on there.
Let me ask you a question. When you go
famous
and
last
buy
words.
Famous last words.
It looks fine. Go ahead.
When you go and buy tennis shoes, do you tell the salesman, look, I just need a left shoe because my right shoe is perfectly fine. I just need a left shoe. So can you just sell me the left
on
shoe? Yeah, exactly.
It had some tread on it.
If I wasn't gonna have feet in 6 months, if I wasn't gonna have any feet in 6 months and I wouldn't need any shoes, just give me 1. Just give me what I need right now. Absolutely. So,
oh my God, I hope you people out there realize what I have to deal with.
Hey, you sold me.
You guys are so cheap.
Oh yeah. Well, should we even bring that up? Part of yesterday's events with you falling asleep and Vince falling asleep, and then you came on and we thought, well, we can record, but Bobby was in a mood.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to explain why? I mean, I guess we don't have to throw out any names or anything, but we're trying. Our parents' 50th wedding anniversary is coming up, and we want to get a family picture. Now there are 25 of us that are going to be in this picture. ages, young kids, all over the place. So we're trying to get everybody off work. I work weekends. My kids work weekends. Kids are in college. Xavier's down at Mizzou. So there's all kinds of things that go into this. And I will give you credit, Bob. You're putting it all together.
A lot of moving parts here, trying to get it all put together. Parents' anniversary, 50th anniversary is coming up in April. So I thought, yes, congratulations, Mom and Dad, 50 years.
Mom and Dad. On 420, they got married on 420. I don't know why. My mom's dog was also named Toki, so I go figure it out.
Story for another day, but yes.
Yes.
So I'm trying to organize this, and I found out from a photographer that they were going to charge by the person. Well, that is absolutely the worst way to charge for a Hispanic family when we've got 25 people that are going to be in this deal. So,
I think on her website it says Hispanic pricing. What is that behind you?
Stupid dog.
His dog is shaking her butt.
Ugh, she's nasty. Anyways, yeah, this is what she calls Hispanic pricing on her website.
Families, yeah, by the person, yeah. So even though the 1-year-old, anyway. So the fact is I really was seeing this all start to fall apart. Something that I tried to pull together as far as schedules and everything for some time now, and I saw it falling apart because my brothers didn't want to go in and split the cost because they thought it was too much. And so,
what was the cost? Should we say the cost?
What's that?
Should we say the cost?
I don't think we need to. No, I don't think we need to. But it was.
I think we do.
So we can let our viewers, our listeners, make the call as to whether that was exorbitant.
Yes, because if you're saying like the viewers could think, oh, they were going to charge us $500 and Rudy didn't want to pay $500. That is not the case.
13
It was more
honey.
than we'll just. There you go.
We're going to be up 13 honey by midnight.
Again, like 4 people got that reference, but anyway.
1,300.
So, yeah, my brother's telling me that they didn't want to do that. Yeah, it might have pissed me off yesterday, and yeah, I might have needed some time to cool down. Yeah, absolutely.
You
So,
sound like
it
a
was
But
a good
here's the
thing
thing
we
too, though,
didn't
because
record
you said
it.
it was $50 per family member, right, Bob?
Yes, more or less. Yes.
Okay. You have 4 family members. I have 9.
9 times.
Me, Kim, Manny, Parker, Macy, Miranda,
So
Jake,
Kim's
Riley,
Kim's part of your family?
Are you paying for her? Then yes, she's part of my family. 9,
I will pay for Aunt Kim.
I have 9 people. You have 4 people. So
So I'm supposed to be penalized because you've got
because I procreated
all these members. First off, I don't know if technically Miranda and her husband and them, that would be a separate family. So would you even be responsible for paying for them? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely.
Anyway, I say just get somebody with a good camera, set up a selfie stick.
This is Jamie. This is
I've
Jamie.
got a tripod. We can use my.
Hey, so do I. Ooh. Anyway,
They call me tripod in high school. Sorry.
No, nobody called him tripod. Nobody called him tripod in high school.
Anyway, okay. So
Yeah,
I think we beat
yesterday.
that
The long story short, yesterday was not a good day to record, even if Jamie did fall asleep.
Yeah, because Bobby
Yeah.
was all in his feelings. He was
I
all
might
in
have
his-
had
His skirt
RBF.
was on too tight.
I might have had some resting bitch face, and I was not in the mood to record a podcast.
no, it's bitch wings. He was like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anywho,
At least I know that you put on 2 tires and not just 1. But anyway,
Yeah.
and you don't
Anyway.
put on used tires.
when you ask me how many tires I needed 1. I didn't need 2.
Just give me 1 rib.
It's not like he's gonna be driving this for 6 years, man. But go ahead. Anywho,
Do they call him hoopties anymore? Would it be accurate to say he has a hoopty?
I don't think kids these days would know what you're talking about.
Or is it a who ride? What is it? What is a who ride? Isn't that in a song?
I
No,
think that's Exhibit. Exhibit will call it a who ride,
who ride? What's a who ride?
but I don't
Is
know.
that
I
not
think
like
that's
a
more
hoopty?
like, I think it's more of like a tricked out, like that's a dope car. It's a who ride.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. All right. Well, good. Hey, I have an update on the my daughter is racist.
Oh,
I don't think she is now. Although I was wondering because, well, first of
she has,
all,
she has one black friend. Is that why she's not racist now, or what?
no, no. Um,
If there's anything
she,
wrong with it.
well, I took Tiana out of the backpack, the little charm for those of you a couple episodes ago. I took her out of the backpack and just clipped her on the zipper and to see what she would say, and she hasn't said a thing about it. So, not like, hey, how did this get here or anything like that. So I think we're okay there. But I was starting to wonder because Avery is into music a lot, like singing, the whole deal. But she's definitely a feminist, that's for sure, because she has her own Amazon Music playlist, and she wants nothing but female singers. Like if I try to sing a song that a chick is singing, she'd be like, "No, you sing the boy parts, I sing the girl parts." So she won't let me
Oh,
sing. Yeah, and she only wants to listen to girl singers and female singers.
interesting.
So yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of testing her out at this point. Like, oh, I'm kind of curious. Where are my daughter's music interests? Because she, up until now, it's been the uh, theme songs from whatever Frozen, all her cartoons or whatever, Disney stuff. And so now she has her own separate playlist away from her and Alicia. And so, we start out with country, uh, female country singer. She's a big Miranda Lambert fan, the Chicks, somebody else,
The Dixie Chicks. The Dixie Chicks.
the Dixie Chicks. Okay. But anyway,
Yes.
so yeah. Anyway, so like, we would just be sitting around and I'll throw on a song and just see like, I wonder if she likes this. I wonder if she likes that. You should see her playlist. It's incredible.
I was just about to say we should compare. This is Macy's playlist, and we should compare. But go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to.
And yeah, no, I was, uh, and so I was like, let's see if we can add people of color, not box. Yeah, that you know what I mean. So anyway, let me just skip right past that. So I started playing some Mariah Carey. Oh, Janet Jackson was the first one I went to. Nope, don't like that one. I was like, oh man,
Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson. She looked more like She looked more like Freddie Jackson.
That was from Friday, the movie Friday.
Sorry.
I know you're hungry.
Hold on. Did anybody else see that Jamie breaking up? Like you
Yes.
were frozen and you were
Yeah.
really bad.
He
But
was
anyways,
frozen, so let it go.
God, no, that was solid. That was solid.
Anyway, so no, she doesn't like Janet Jackson songs. We even put on Paula Abdul. And I even put on the video of that the cartoon one where she's dancing with the cartoon all weird and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, man,
Opposite
she
track.
That's MC Scat Cat. Yeah. Well,
a
so
little
with
bit of
Macy,
interest there, but
with Macy's playlist, so like we started it a couple years ago. So she had a playlist from years ago with Frozen and Moana, and there's some Elmo stuff on there. And it was just called Mace in my phone and Spotify. Well, then I got back on Spotify and she's like, I don't like any of those songs anymore. So I started a new playlist called New Mace. And it's all like for a while, she's very into musicals, like musical theater type stuff. She's told me now she wants to get into acting and all that stuff.
Wait.
You sound like a gay.
Go ahead.
But she's whatever. So she likes Hamilton. She got a lot of Hamilton songs on there. She's got a lot of the Heights, in the Heights. So yeah, Hairspray. She got a lot of musical theater stuff. But then she also likes like the new Trolls movie with Justin Timberlake. She likes a lot of those songs. And on that soundtrack, the Trolls in the movie, they do a cover of Candy Girl from New Edition.
Ooh,
And so
Okay.
she loves it. But then when I tried to sneak in the real Candy Girl, like the actual one that's awesome, she's like, Dad, I don't want to hear this one. I want to hear the Trolls Candy Girl. And I was like, oh man, it's so close to having like cool music. But she also has some is it called K-pop? Like a group called Pink Venom. It's a bunch
Korean
of like
guys?
no, they're girls. Although those she does have some of those guys on here, like what are they called? Like what's the
Something
group
like
name?
It's not
B12,
B52, but yeah, I want to say B52, but that's
B5,
back in our day.
B2K.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, she likes Pink Venom, and when I heard that, I'm like, Pink Venom, what? And I played it, and I'm like, slow down, just slow down. But yeah, she's
so Macy and Avery are going to go to Lilith Fair at some point, right?
at some
I
point.
think so. I mean, she's hardcore. So I pulled out the I was reaching. I pulled out some En Vogue, and that's her favorite song now is
What a man.
my lovin'. You're never gonna get it.
Never going to get it.
Yeah.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
She loves that. So I'm like,
Really?
okay.
Any kind of new music, I try to get Macy to listen to. She's like, Dad, can we stop this? Like, yeah, she wants to hear her playlist. So there's a lot of Wonka, the new Wonka movie. There's a lot of songs on there from that. And yeah, she don't want to hear.
Yeah, so we're just in the car, or we'll be out, sitting in the kitchen telling Alexa to play, whatever, and I'll just be like, "You want me to add this to your playlist?" And she's just like, or
So I didn't hear you say Taylor Swift. Is Taylor Swift there?
oh, that's right, yeah.
So we just finished the Taylor Swift movie upstairs. Like it's 3 hours on Disney Plus.
I saw that. I was like, yeah, I'm not starting that.
She's been watching it over like the whole week. Last week she had spring break and she was watching it. She finally finished it today. I think she's into Taylor Swift now because her friends are at school. Like she wasn't before, but now, yeah, she's totally into Taylor Swift. So.
Well, see, we don't ever really, I mean, not for any particular reason, but we don't really listen to any Taylor Swift stuff. And so when I'm looking for chick singers that are like, that she would really like. So I'm, like I said, I'm stretching, I'm going En Vogue and, whatever. And then all right. That's when I found Selena. I was like, wait, she doesn't like Mexican music. Cause that's her first question. Is this Mexican? I'm like, no, it's not. Okay.
This
I like
Mexican.
yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Selena has 2 English songs. And so I played them both and she loves them. So those were added to her playlist. And and so I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me try this Taylor Swift thing. I'm not going to tell her who it is in case she's heard the name before. And so I just put in Taylor Swift on Amazon, the search thing, and it just says popular songs or whatever. And I just hit the first one on the top of the list. I'd never heard of it, and it starts playing. You should have saw the look on her face, like she got a shot of like heroin or something. She was like,
I like it.
I was like, oh no, yeah. She was, I didn't tell her who it was or anything.
Maybe next try Megan the Stallion. WAP. See if she likes that one. She might. I mean, she might like it.
You know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Is that Megan or is that Nicki Minaj?
No, it's Megan the Stallion.
Okay.
Isn't it the Stallion?
T-H-E.
Megan the Stallion?
I don't know.
Or is it T-H-E, the Stallion?
Is it Lil Wayne? No, sorry. Megan the Stallion. No, I don't.
You don't think Little Wayne, do you?
No, it's Lil Wayne. I'm just the Lil thing was a big thing for a while. There's Lil Dicky, Lil Wayne, Lil.
So last night on Jimmy Kimmel, we were watching with Tomas and me and Anita, and he announced that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was coming on the show. We got a big kick out of the way that
50 cents. Yeah,
just the way he pronounced it.
Jimmy Kimmel said it
50 Cent.
It's fitty.
My wife looks over to me and she goes, "Isn't it fitty?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Anita's cooler than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, like you know more than Jimmy Kimmel does.
Good stuff.
Yeah. What else is going on, boys? What do we got? What do we got? Hey, you know what? I just quick question, because I know you, Rudy, had a Jeep Wrangler one time, right?
I sure did.
Okay,
Back
so
in your days.
so what is the deal with Jeep Wranglers having the little rubber ducks in the dashboard on the dashboard?
What's the deal with that? That's a Seinfeld. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying
no, I
to
know.
I'm trying to get into impressions, guys. So
Let Jerry do it. Don't we need the
I
drop?
can do my Biden. I can do my no. I do a Frankie Valley. I do a. Anyways, you know what?
Have you noticed
the ducks weren't a thing when I had a Jeep. When I had a Jeep, I did notice right away that we all point each other out. Like as we're passing each other, we all give each other a head nod. You know, like kind of like
Play the drop, Jamie.
wait,
Which one?
drop?
You sound like a gay.
That one. They're all pointing each other out. You're pointing each other out like, hey.
I was gonna say like you know, like in high school, like at Rockers, for instance. There's only so many Mexicans in the hallways. There's only so many blacks in the hallways. So the black guys, when they see each other at Rockers in the hallways, they say, "Sup, sup." Same with Mexican guys.
Wrong with that.
If I saw a Mexican in the hallway, hey, what's up? Like we know each other. That's kind of the way Jeep guys do it. And so like
You said Mexican.
He's out of control.
So anytime we say Mexican, we got to go with that.
I'm a kid at a candy store here. Go ahead.
Hold
Somebody
on.
take the keys away from Grandpa.
Hold on, talk because I got a Mexican drop. Hold on.
Okay. So no. So yeah, I noticed all of a sudden that Jeep Wranglers.
We're not Mexicans. We're from out of town.
Only the greatest movie of the '80s. Come on, people.
So I did witness somebody though putting a duck on somebody's Jeep.
That's what I was going to get into next.
I was just going to steal it. Like I'm like, this is stupid. What are you guys doing? I would never
So,
put
like-
a duck on a Jeep.
So like 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, we went on a summer vacation down to Orange Beach, Alabama, and we're driving. We had our Jeep Cherokee.
On purpose. On purpose.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
would never
miss-
make that drive again.
Did you miss Destin, Florida, or where were you actually trying to go and ended
It
up
was
in
Destin
Orange?
Light. He wanted the ambiance of Destin, but he didn't want to pay for it, so he ends up in Orange Beach, Alabama.
Orange Beach, Alabama. Did they even let your kind there?
I'm sure I probably wasn't welcome, but you know, Emily's
There's
white.
one
The
time-
girls are pretty white, so
There was one time me and my ex got out at a gas station in Alabama, and we got the craziest looks because we weren't
Yeah.
supposed to be down there
Hey,
together.
didn't somebody ask her if she was okay?
That was one time when I got pulled over by the cops, and she was in the passenger seat. The cop looked in and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay?" I'm just like, I learned early on, to keep my mouth shut when cops came to the door. I remember, Bob, you picked me up from Anthony Spock's house once, and we got pulled over, and the cop looked in and asked you, "So what are you, black, Mexican, or what? Like, what are you?" Yeah. You picked me up from Anthony Spock's house, and you got pulled over. And I knew from there, I'm like, just keep your mouth shut. Like, just
did I ever tell you guys that I ran from the cops before?
I've run from the cops too. Tell your
In a
story,
car.
and then I'll tell mine.
Well, I hadn't told this story before.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Like you physically were in a car and you
car.
ran from the cops.
No, in a car. I drove very fast away.
Drove away from cops in a car?
Yeah, for like a couple blocks, and then I pulled over. Just I won't get into the details,
So
but
they caught up
I
with
won't
you.
get into my details. Wait, what
I
did you say?
let
about
them
it?
catch up with. I let them catch up with me. I wasn't intending to. I just needed some time, and and so I got.
Did you throw it out the
yeah.
window, or did you swallow it all, or what? You keistered
No,
it.
that's not.
Did
What?
You keistered it. You just shove it up.
I was a mule.
I assume
No,
you keistered it. That's the time.
none of that. None of that.
Did they
But
beat
anyway,
the crap out of you when they pulled you over?
I am shocked. No, I wasn't even cuffed or anything. They understood what was
handcuffed.
going on. What?
I've been handcuffed.
Handcuffed too, but I don't think Anita wants me talking about that on here.
Not that
But
there's
wait.
anything wrong with that.
I ran from the cops. I was at a party in Independence. I guess I won't say whose house it was at, but the party got out of hand. At one point at the party, when I showed up, I got a gun pulled on me by somebody we all know and probably a lot of our listeners know. So I won't say that name either. But the party got busted up. So me and a couple guys, I think it was Spock, Castro, Armaderas, we all took off. Like everybody scattered. Like it was literally one of those parties where the cops are here and everybody just took off. And we're finding people in other people's backyards and stuff. So I end up at a gas station on Sterling. The gas station's still there. And we were, in the bathroom, getting the grass off of us or what from jumping. And Mike Armaderas had, God rest his soul, rest in peace, Mike Armaderas. He had some brass knuckles with spikes on the end of them or with a knife. I think it was a knife. It was a knife with brass knuckles.
I want the knife.
Please.
Please.
We were in the bathroom washing up and I just looked at him and he pulled it out of his pocket. He had a huge, and the cops were outside talking with Anthony Spock, Mike Mansell, Tony Lascola, and they had him up against the wall. Like I saw them. So I ran back in the bathroom and told Armaderas and Castro, like, hey, the cops are out there. And so Armaderas pulled out these brass knuckles with this huge knife, dropped it in the trash can in the bathroom. And then we went outside, proceeded to get frisked. We ended up walking over to Spock's house. They let us go. We didn't have anything because he threw it in the trash can. But we went to Spock's house, and that was our night. But yeah, I was at a party where it got busted up. So you know what? I guess I did have a pretty cool life. I sit here and think, man, I was lame. But no, there's some cool stories in there. Anyways,
And I realized that at some point along the way, I interrupted Jamie's story about taking the family down to Orange Beach.
Oh, yeah, Orange Beach.
That,
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that.
Proceed. With
just some we found a random rubber duck on our Jeep. I was like, what the hell is this for? It's like there are people down here are pretty creepy. And I never thought, and then when I came back, ever since then, I've noticed that these people in Jeeps, now we just had a Jeep Cherokee, not a cool Wrangler like Rudy had.
I don't think Jeep Cherokees deserve ducks. I think it's just Wranglers.
Yeah, I mean it's in the bathtub with the girls anyway. They just play with it, and yeah, it's probably got water inside and all mildewy and whatever, or moldy.
Did it say anything on it?
I think there was like a message attached, but it was something like I figured it was like some church people or something, but like it had nothing to do with religion or anything. It was just something weird, like about being happy or I don't know, whatever.
Was it a
but then
duck?
I started. What?
Was it a blue duck? Billy Madison.
I wanted to see a blue duck. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Billy Madison. Watch the movie.
Blue duck. Check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, I was wondering because now I see it all the time. But anyway, that was all I was.
Yeah, they got them all along their dashboard and stuff. And they're driving. Yeah, I don't. That wasn't a thing when I had my.
I mean, it seems like you turn the corner, it'd be like Tommy Boy, where all the M&Ms go in the dash. It's like they would all fall. You're the one with the thick candy shell on it. Anyway,
Richard. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
That whole duck thing sounds dumb.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
No, but anyway.
Yeah. What else? What else, brothers? What else is it's good? I think we might, maybe, fingers crossed, we might be recording again tomorrow night for a special episode.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
We could have a special episode of Quit Acting Stupid with
bonus.
A bonus episode. He'd be a good get if we could get him. He'd be a good get. But
Travis
rumors
Kelce?
have it. What?
Travis Kelce?
No, this is better. This is better than Travis Kelce.
Jason Kelce.
This is better than Queen for a Day. Andy Yoakum may be joining us tomorrow. He works at Ford. I work at Ford. We have completely opposite schedules, so we could never make it work. But I'm off work this week, so man, keep your fingers crossed, people, because it's either going to be awesome or terrible. So
He's going to be able to talk about the time we all coached baseball together.
yeah, that's how we met. We'll probably start there with how we met coaching baseball. Our kids, his kid is now, I think he's starting his junior year. He plays baseball for Kearney. So, yeah, hopefully we can get it all to work out tomorrow night, and we may be recording a new episode with Andy Yoakum.
Haven't seen Andy Yoakum since December when we all went down to the Cotton Bowl. Actually, if you look at that picture, Andy is one of the few people in there that isn't in our family.
Yeah, he's a family member to me.
I was thinking about that. You know, we've had a lot of people that have not really been family, but have been family. You know,
Let's go through them.
Eli Pena,
Joe Murillo.
Joe Murillo.
Which we're on a search for Joe Murillo. If anybody out there knows Joe Murillo, send him our way.
I mean, you were instrumental in our childhood, and we've got tons of stories. So we got to find Joe Murillo.
He's probably got a big gulp. He's probably got a big gulp in his hand right now
at 10 a.m. in the morning. Yeah,
10 a.m. with a big wad of gum. Joe Murillo, Eli Pena. Who else?
Well, I'm Andy Yoakum.
Andy Yoakum.
Who else?
A lot of Bobby's friends back from when he was younger, and they would all spend the night at our house.
Yeah.
Like who else besides Eli spent the night?
Jason Provo.
Jason
Did he
Alexander.
spend the night with us? Really?
I know he was at our house a lot.
Chris Almada.
Chris Kinney. Yes.
Chris Kinney.
I don't know that he ever spent the night.
Chris Kinney.
We kind of lived lived south of what was that, Independence Avenue. So
yeah, we were
like
south
on the cool
of the
side.
avenue. No,
Yeah.
we were the trashy side.
Yeah.
We were the street smart side. That's where the 12th Street Dogs were. Or was it the 9th Street Dogs?
9th Street Dogs.
The Latin Counts. Any Latin Counts out there? It's a gang sign.
A lot of gang.
Yeah, you might
activity.
want to watch your gang signs because I actually heard that. Do you remember the shooting that happened at Crown Center like I don't know, a month ago,
Yeah.
2 months ago?
Yeah.
It was actually Mexican guys from the east side heard that Mexican guys from the west side were going to be down there, and so they went down to confront each other. So
I'd rather take a nap.
I'm going to stay out of all that.
Yeah.
Do you think those gang members are watching our podcast?
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, yeah, they could.
Huh. We have a strong pull in the gang community.
In the gang community. Yeah. Whether west side or east side or west side, we're not about either side.
West side? Oh, Macy's sleeping. I gotta be quiet. Macy's sleeping. I forgot.
Hey, I was going to ask you, Bob. Do you remember back with it being, the Lenten season and all, and bring it back to a wholesome conversation? Do you remember when you remember when we were altar boys and we were serving mass with Joey Spano, and I thought you were there, but like mass was over and we're in the back of church or whatever, and he busted into the hosts,
the wafers
that were like, yeah, and we just start downing them. Were you there with? Were you?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds familiar. But you know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I was just I was at a visitation today for John Abbott, and I ran into Anthony Abbott, and I was telling him about I remember those days, back when we would serve masses together, and he would just crack me up. And I think back then we might have got into the hosts as well. So yeah, I think we might have done that on more than one occasion.
Time out. So I was never an altar boy.
Clearly.
The thing that always worried me about becoming an altar boy was I never understood how you guys didn't have altar boy practice. Like they just throw you in. Like here, you're an altar boy. Here you go. You serve mass this day. There's no.
You just follow everybody else and you talk about it beforehand. I mean.
Well, that's what always made me nervous about it. But
does it make you nervous that we don't practice this? Although I guess we did practice on Monday night.
We just talked about it.
We talked about having practice. Yeah.
I'm older now. I think I could be an altar boy if I wanted to now. I don't think
you're too old.
Yeah, I am too.
It'd be a little creepy.
I'm not going to go there. Anyways, because there's a joke.
There's anything wrong with that?
There's a being too old for a Catholic altar boy.
Move along.
Anyway, so my question to you is, you guys both have a story about breaking into the hosts and downing them. They were disgusting. It's not like they were delicious. They didn't taste like a Dorito. They were gross. So why?
Why do people
I
do
was
things that they're
easily-
not supposed to do? Yeah.
I was easily led astray. Why did you wet toilet paper at Holy Cross and throw it up against the ceiling to have it stick? I mean, why did we do it?
I didn't. That's not me. Surely.
Why do you throw dice in the bathroom at Holy Cross? I mean,
I did
why?
do that. I did do that. But
Why do you pick up a spray paint bottle or spray paint can and graffiti the school?
I did not do that. I got accused of that. Well, I may have lifted. I may have sprayed it like in the air, but I didn't tag anything. So
sprayed it in the air. Mira, like it's cologne. Hey, then why do you run out on a bill at lunch? Was it a Rockhurst?
Oh yeah.
boy, you're just gonna bring out all the.
Well, we jumped all over me for apparently walking out on Anthony Spino's bill in New York. But
I was thinking about that.
I'm not the only one who's walked out on a bill.
I was thinking about that after the episode. Yeah,
you are. Go ahead.
Spanish class freshman year. We went and took a. Let's see, it was me and J.R. Orozco. Who else was it? Was it Danny Salas?
Yeah,
there
let's
were
get them
four of
all.
us.
Let's get them all in trouble.
I can't remember who the four of us were, but we went and ate. Part of the Spanish class was a field trip to what's the? I can't even think of the Mexican place in Brookside.
Some real authentic Brookside Mexican food.
Probably something like Joe's Tacos
or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we thought it would be how are they going to know? And then we get back to school, and school gets a call from the restaurant, and it says, "Yeah, one of your tables didn't pay." And yeah, that was the only time I got a jug. I think the whole 4 years at Rockhurst. But skipped out on the meal. And
real quick, for those of you that are not in the know, a jug is justice under God. That is our detention system at Rockhurst. So
we need to get into some rocker stuff. That's the one topic we haven't really touched on.
It could also be very dangerous. I think there's some stories there that.
I reached out to a couple Rockhurst guys. I haven't really heard back so much, but we'll see. We'll keep feelers out there. We'll see. But yeah, we do need to get
some stories need to remain untold. Maybe
discharging fire extinguishers where we shouldn't.
No, that should probably not be talked about at all. Like,
it will come out. It will come out.
No, that shouldn't ever come out.
Move along.
But no, at Rockhurst, for instance, like you guys were both at Rockhurst, and I wanted nothing to do with Rockhurst. Like I didn't want to go for 4 years to a school with no females at all. And I remember Mom's like, "Well, just try it. Just try it."
You sound like a gay.
If I didn't want to go to an all boys school, I sounded like a gay.
No,
I probably should have. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I know what you're going for there.
Rethink that. But anyways, yeah, Mom was like, just give it a try. So I went there freshman year, and I remember I also took a visit to St. Mary's with, I believe I tagged along, R.I.P. St. Mary's, the Bunshoe, what was that? What was their
Bunshoe campus, Bunshoe Memorial?
Bunshoe Memorial Campus, yeah. Rest in peace. I think it's all boarded up now. But anyway, I went and shadowed, I think like with David Castro. And I remember I spent one day there and I was like, dude, this place is just like a bigger Holy Cross. Like I remember like in the classrooms, they had little, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just like a big Holy Cross. And I'm like, I can't go to school. Like, this is crazy. Like it was so different. And I remember going back to Rockhurst and being like, I can stay here. This is fine. This is fine. But yeah, I did shadow at St. Mary's, and I ended up going all 4 years at Rockhurst. And whatever, we can get into it. We can talk about it. Hopefully, we can get some people from. I know Justin Deacon. Shout out to Justin Deacon. He's always listening, always sharing our stuff. I really appreciate that.
Good dude. Good people.
So good on him. But what are the Rockhurst people? Could we ask? I know we talked about having John Bailey on. Did he go to Rockhurst?
No, his son,
He
his
didn't, but
boys
his
do
kid's
though.
there.
His kid goes to Rockers now.
Two
Yeah.
of them.
Where did he go to high school?
He went to North Kansas City,
Oh,
I believe. Yes.
oh, interesting.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, we should probably save that for another day, for a rainy day.
For sure.
Yeah. Do we want to go ahead and hand Rudy the Manny Paredes Memorial Quit Acting Stupid Award for the week? In not
think
knowing
we're
how to read a
sensing-
tire size?
I think we're sensing no, it's not for not reading a tire, it's for giving them the picture of his
Oh,
car and not Manny's car.
Even Manny, when he was sitting there, he's like, "Didn't you see that that's your wheel and not mine?" Because so even Manny was calling me out. I'm like, "Yes, I know." God damn it. Like, yeah,
I think we're sensing a trend here. The award is either going to Manny or to Rudy, and it's really
every
not.
week. This
They've
is
got
terrible.
a stranglehold on this award.
This is terrible. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll accept it. I'll accept it for this week. But yeah, terrible day. Terrible day. But
Good story though.
Yeah.
Good story.
Well, with that, I think we should stick a fork in this one.
absolutely, it's done.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which we should have said a long time ago.
Like and
right.
subscribe, rate and review, all that stuff.
Follow.
Follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, whatever you got. Look up Quit Acting Stupid. I know on YouTube. Follow the Paredes Brothers channel. What else, guys? I think that might be it.
That's
yeah,
it.
we got it. Yeah, so
I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think of the drops. I need to get more, so I'm not playing the same ones over and over.
for sure. Hold on, I got a couple. Hold on. I got hold on. How about this one? This one's a little I know we gotta end this, but I got some fans out there that's maybe is this one gonna be too?
Oh God! Don't
All
play it
you
then.
motherfuckers are gonna pay. You are the ones who are the
All right.
ball lickers.
I think we just lost Mom.
Yes.
She's probably asleep. She's probably asleep already anyway.
She's not watching it live. Now you're getting like her. She's not watching this live.
Oh yeah, we should tell that story.
She should have got the award.
The Quit Acting Stupid award goes to Mom.
Let's save that story. We'll tell that tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
I have a couple
She
of things too, even about like Dad. When we mentioned on here, we thought he was crying when he watched the Super Bowl with us. I went to visit him the next day, and I'm like, "What is this on the table?" He's like, "Those are my eye drops." He's like, "I left him here. I didn't take him to the party with me. So you guys thought I was crying? No, I just left my eye drops at home. I wasn't crying at all."
Sorry,
I
Dad.
like our version.
We thought you were emotional from the Chiefs' victory, but
We thought
clearly
it felt good to watch the Chiefs win the
Yeah.
Super Bowl with your kids. But
with your boys, yeah.
anyway,
All right.
yeah.
Well, from the two of us and my brother, you want to take us out, Bob?
All right. So for Jamie and for Rudy, we'll be back again tomorrow. But for now, hey, quit acting stupid.